It's another Talk of Champions video podcast. He's Nysier Brooks, the newest Ole Miss basketball forward. Hey, buddy, what's up?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm just glad to be here, to be honest with you. Just been working hard with the guys, and I really can't complain about nothing. I'm glad to be being coached by Coach Kerman and the staff, and it's just been a lovely experience down in Oxford.
I got to be honest with you. When you popped up on the radar and ended up at Ole Miss, it was kind of a surprise thing, not because of the talent and who you are, but just that I don't think a lot of people knew that y'all are that down the road or that you were going to end up there. So why did Ole Miss make the most sense for your last stop?
It just made the most sense for my last stop, just because like I've tried going to like I started off in Cincinnati where it was like a moderate city, wasn't too big, and things was just starting to develop in the city of Cincinnati. And then going to Miami, I just felt like things just was a little bit different there, like a lot more fast paced. And I just felt as though that I lived in the South already in Dallas, Texas, and I just felt as though like my last year I just need to be somewhere where like I can just simply just focus on basketball and just be around a bunch of people who just want to play basketball and just want to win.
How important were the conversations with Kermit? Because he went looking for you, as in a full-on rim protecting, dominant defensive player. Obviously, the offense is a big part of it too. But the conversation with him, knowing that they needed what you bring, right? Like they were focused on what you fit exactly what they were looking for. How important was that as far as recruiting you and talking to you and making this the last stop for you?
Kermit was definitely one of the ones who reached out first and got in contact with me. And one thing I could say was that I was trying to make sure I was making my last ride a good ride and a great decision on where I'm gonna go and finish my college career out. And he was real patient with me and everything, just because I told him I just wanted to go through the process a little bit instead of just jumping the gun on anything. And within the 2 weeks where I opened my name up and put my name into the transfer portal to the day I told him I'm ready to come to Oxford.
Yeah,
Like
because
he was real
that's
patient with me, and I was real happy. I was real happy with my decision in coming here, and I had a lot of faith in him, as much faith as he had in me since day one, since he opened up the recruiting thing. And just I actually played against Coach Kerman and the Ole Miss team, and I want to say 2019 when we played down in Destin, Florida.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so it just was. I like the style of play. He wasn't as similar to Mick Cronin, but he was definitely an attention to detail coach, and a coach that's not gonna let no slippage go on. So I was very happy with my decision.
Yeah, with the advent of the transfer portal, man, like it's become college basketball free agency. And for guys like you who get in there, you don't really know what's coming. And then boom, a flurry of schools are just chasing you and talking to you, blowing up your phone and stuff like that. What's that like for people who aren't going to go through it, which is God, almost every one of us? What is that like just to have to be in that process and get overwhelmed in that? And how do you kind of compartmentalize it a little bit?
You get overwhelmed because it started off with a bunch of schools that like, I'm not gonna say that like, it started with a bunch of schools where you might not fit.
Mm-hmm.
And like, so you gotta cipher out a lot of those schools, and then you gotta definitely get through the schools where it's like, okay, what schools are just trying to add me to their roster? And like, then you gotta cipher out what schools are trying to actually help me get to where I need to go. And I felt like Coach Kerman was the one who, okay, he didn't want to only just add me to his roster, but he wanted to build on top of me, help me build on top of my game, and not even just my game, my off the court stuff, my education. So that meant a lot to me. And coaches that wasn't like bringing in that type of energy, I just felt it, and it just was like, I really don't see myself fitting at any other school but here at that point in time.
You've played in 130 games at the D1 level, 62 starts, 653 points, 511 rebounds, 119 blocks. You've shot 52.2% over your career. I mean, Nysier, you've been through it, man. I mean, so typically, a guy goes to a new place, there's this transition, this awkward transition. But now that you've gone through all that stuff before, like you've had everything thrown at you before, has it been pretty easy then to make this move knowing that you've seen it all?
I can say that nothing in life is easy, to be honest with you. So like most coaches run the same sets, we having the same play scheme, the same defensive scheme. It's just you just gotta learn a different terminology and different things, and just learn how the coach just wants you to get the job done, more so to say. So that was the only transition I really had to make, was just learning how Kermit wants me to do certain things, and just starting to get like an energy of how like the team's tempo, like, and get like just more on some chemistry stuff. But other than that, I can say like it hasn't been too hard, to be honest with you.
What's the chemistry been like with this team so far?
A lot of willing passers, good competitive, positive energy guys, and a lot of guys who just competing day in and day out. They just want to bring it. Everybody want to play hard, and you playing for Kermit, you got to play hard. Yeah. Everybody want to play hard and play together. That's the big part. That's the big part of why I wanted to come to Oxford, because he told me his team was a together team. They have talent, they have toughness, and they have teachable talent. So it's just trying to make some shake in the SEC.
We know Ronnie, we know Wynn are really good recruiters, and the head coach has to be a good recruiter too. But what is Kermit Davis like as a recruiter? In the room, on the phone? We only see a certain side of him, right? You know, he's got that folksy, oh, it's Kermit Davis. But like for you, when he comes and chases,
you sound just like him.
I'm saying, like he chases after you. What's that like, man? You know, what's he like as a recruiter?
He as a recruiter, he's a guy like they got a lot of pop with him. Like he's always high energetic. Like when I
got some juice in, then.
Yeah, he got some juice now. He definitely got some juice. Like when I come in the mornings on just my morning routine before weights, he popped that door open. he talked to me while I shoot, just trying to get me to understand like some things like that he might see a little bit different that I might see, and just trying to get my input on things that I see on the court. And that really means a lot to me, because he actually cares about like my input and what I have to say.
What gets you more hyped? Slamming one down on top of somebody's head, or just beating their crap, man, with a block? Like they're driving in and you just stuff it. Come on now. Come on now.
See, I'm not the type of person, I don't dunk over people, I dunk through them. So
I love that.
It's like that. It's like that body contact. It's just that's my thing. That's what I love. But blocking a shot and getting the rebound and scoring off the team's turnover, that's how I was made. That's what I was made of. That's how I earned my name. So I gotta go with the block shot. I gotta go with the block shot, the team play.
See, that's what I was gonna call. Okay, last thing, and I'll let you go here. When you look around, I've asked every other player this. When you look around and you see the talent, knowing Ole Miss got so close last year, one game off of making the NCAA tournament for the first time since Kermit's debut season. Do you see an NCAA tournament team?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I believe that we'll have enough quality wins to get NCAA tournament bid on top of us making a good run in the SEC tournament.
He's Nysier Brooks. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. You were great.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Glad you had me.
Appreciate you.